Hello, and welcome back to Little Squid League 17. This is round 3 of groups, and the teams that are going up are Ink in the System and Surf and Turf. My name's Nox, and I'm joined by...
Milk right here, and we will be your commentators for the next, 30 minutes. All right, so let's start off. So it's Ink in the System versus Surf and Turf, right? So, Nox,
Yep.
You said you know about Surf and Turf, right? Why don't you explain a little about them?
I don't remember a lot about them. I know that they've been around for a while, and I'm very excited to see what they're up to these days. And the first map we've got is Splat Zone's Reef, where Bridge is going to be a key factor in whichever team wins this.
Now, on Reef, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw an X-Splosher here, because with that X-Splosher, you can control most of the bridge and get both zones basically control them at the same time. But I also wouldn't be surprised to either a heavy splat lane or just other backline weapon store like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I also have seen Ink Rushes, like the Ink Rush Nouveau, do pretty well on Reef with being able to use Baller to drop down off bridge safely if they need to and recap if they need to. It's always interesting to see. It's such a versatile map where you can make so much work and lockouts can happen pretty easily.
Yeah, but with that, of course, there are multiple ways to get out of a lockout. Like, you have that little window drop area. If you go to the left, you can go straight through Plat. You can go to that closed area on the right side. So with lockouts and not being locked out, it's pretty interesting map here.
Absolutely. And here we go. We are seeing double armor on the side of Ink in the System. And we are seeing...
That is the Bomb Rush Rapid Blaster, which I'm a big fan of. So that Rapid Blaster is going to have to do a very big job of controlling that bridge area, but already there's an armor off of Surf and Turf as they're trying to look but no, there is a pick here.
Absolutely.
And it's just...
Love seeing the junior out of Surf and Turf, always a personal favorite of mine. And it looks like everything's just playing pretty safe right now.
Yeah, but Ink in the System does have map control, and they did get a pick, so right now they just need to find a way to keep Surf and Turf out, but there is another armor going off, and Bomb is being thrown like nothing by this junior as they try to cap zone, and they will cap it, but only for one tick of the score.
But at least it gets the penalty on the other team, giving them a little bit more space to work with as they manage to get a pick on the K-shot, although their try does go down.
Yeah, right here, just like I said, that Rapid Blaster, with those mines on the zone, if he just sits on Plat, they'll be able to detect anyone coming, but missiles will go out and force that displacement. But there is going to be a pick by the K-shot, maybe a 2, the armor comes in, and what a good armor in order to save the Tri-Slosher.
Absolutely, and the Tri is now going to be able to apply some pressure from bridge, although they might get picked off by this Flingsa here if they're not careful.
Yeah, but right here, the Tri-Slosher just sitting on... Oh, he does drop his enemy with no ink, and he will go down. As now, Ink in the System is looking to, again, try to get some control. As we see a Flingsa roller, weapon that's not that common, especially on, Reef and stuff like that. But
it's a solid pick, though. It gets out missiles a lot, and it applies a lot of paint pressure along with that, which is fantastic.
It can also kill like it did right there, and there are the missiles going off. And looks like they're trying to get a pick, and the Tri does get a pick on the side
and
of...
And that is 3 down on the side of Surf and Turf.
Yeah, that's
a full wipe.
And now
that try, the junior does manage to get a trade on that try there with a bomb, though, which is, it allows them a little bit more space as they try and build up specials to get back in.
Yeah, but this Rapid Blast will be a really big part, because the Rapid here has the most range of the entire lobby, and with that bomber, it takes on really quickly, but he does sneak around trying to get a pick. He does get a trade, but he does go down, unfortunately.
Right as he got special too, which is very unfortunate. It takes a minute to build special with those Rapids.
And Surfer does get the zone somehow, as the end does drop pop and armor, trying to just stay alive, and they manage to.
Yeah, absolutely. On the Surf and Turf is 2 down again, so they're just going to have to try and play safe, try and get their special, so they have time now since they got that penalty back on.
Yeah, both Surf and Turf here, they are taking a lot of trades, but they're not getting that many kills. They're not really getting that 3v4 or 2v4 range that they want. Instead, they're getting these 3v3s, 2v3s. As I say that, there is a kill.
This looks like a good situation, though. They've popped 3 specials, which will allow them a lot more space to move in.
Yeah, but the missile does cap zone 4 Ink in the System right here. But the entire system kind of take these 2 down, but there is going to be a 2-for-1 trade for Ink in the System. And right now, looks like they also have control, trying to get this tree over here and just push out.
Neither team is really taking great advantage of bridge, although on the part of Ink in the System, that might be because they know that the Rapid can just poke them the whole time if they're there.
Yeah, but here we go. Here's that junior trying to do something, try to get an armor, trying to get a special, or just get out of this locker situation as England System trying to get a pick. The Tri-Soldier does pop an armor, and it looks like he's trying to get a fight. With the help from the KJ, he will get that pick. And as England System's timer is ticking down under 20 right now.
At this point, Surf and Turf really doesn't even have time to build specials. They're just going to have to rush in with this one missile that they've got. They actually are close to 2 others, so they might be able to get in again one last time. And if they can manage to get a hold, they might, but they couldn't quite get there in time. Too unfortunate, really.
Yeah, but during that entire game, England System they got more of the kills, you know what I mean? Like Surf and Turf did get kills, but they were more trades. They're more of those one.
Yeah, they were getting trades. They weren't getting the picks they needed to really be able to go in.
Yeah, as
and
you
with
can
the
see
junior,
there, that double missile did help with 11 missiles on side of England System, really forcing the displacement from Surf and Turf, just getting them really uncomfortable. As we move on to our next game, Clamblitz Piranha Pit.
Yep, Clamblitz Piranha is another really solid map for anchors, but it doesn't seem like either of these teams are prone to running them. Probably going to see a lot of use of Conveyor if they keep those 2 tries.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised if that Rapid stayed, because on that gray area, right in front of the basket, that's a really strong place to just hold. If you were to stay there, you can shoot anyone over that ledge behind those boxes. If they have a bubble push, you can shoot people from inside the bubble and be able to get a quick pick right there.
Absolutely. And this map can also snowball very quickly if people get lucky with clam spawns while they're pushing.
Yes, from experience, I can say that if the enemy team gets 1 or 2 like good picks, and then the game just snowballs from there. Then they get clams, they get more. There's a bubble coming out, a booyah bomb coming out, and then the game's just over from there. They just unravels really quickly.
Absolutely. It'll be interesting to see if the junior stays. I find junior enjoyable on this map, but it is rougher here because this map does favor range by a good bit.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the Zap did switch over to that end up for that more range. But then again, the junior's effective range is a little longer with those bombs.
The bomb pressure from junior can be on this map. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, especially up on that snipe area where a lot of backliners and that Rapid wants to stay. If they get bombs up there, that forces them to drop down and then get a pick, hopefully.
Yeah.
Because now we're just waiting for the teams to pick the weapons, and as I say that, we're going right to the game. And let's hope that Surf and Turf can tie this up and take us to a game 3 that will decide the set.
We are seeing a mini come out, always a weapon I love to see, and a vanilla blaster. A less common thing to see, but always exciting.
Yeah, we're talking about interesting weapons. The Forge Pro and the Kensa. And I can't even say that. I thought they were being already going to be picked, as England System just right away gets 1 pick. Trying to corner this junior. It's 1v1 fight over here, and he does go down.
3 down on the side of Surf and Turf. Really going to allow Ink in the System a lot of space to work, especially as they manage to trade that blaster.
They do have a ball at the ready. They're just waiting to get in. The missiles do go off. And
maybe when they have bubbles ready here to defend themselves while they push.
Yeah, but the Brook does get 1. But it's not able to stop, and looks like that's the end of the push right there.
And that is a full wipe on Ink in the System. A great job of defense on the side of Surf and Turf there once they respawn.
For being a push in under a minute, that was a good push. Got it under 60, which is usually the goal for the first push. As Surf and Turf tries to do something here, they do get a power, and I don't think they have much else to follow up with.
And now Surf and Turf should be able to get a decent bit out of this. Pushing down pretty quickly.
Yeah, but a 2-down situation here. Surf and Turf and English System are even, but they're still scoring, and that's going to be the lead for Surf and Turf, as now they just have to find more clamps that can push going if they can.
Absolutely. And they did a pretty good job of using their specials at the right time to keep that push going and really just make sure that they held the space they wanted. And now this blaster is really doing a great job playing around that pillow, stalling until their teammates come back.
Yeah, but now it looks like Surf and Turf is going to be on the back foot here, as the Blaster, Junior, and Octoverse are all pushed back, as the range from English System is able to just keep the aggression from Surf and Turf is what they want, just at bay.
On the other hand, great pick from that splash down there.
And here we
And that's
go.
gonna hopefully open up a little bit more space for them as that Zap is thinking. Looks like they've been thinking about taking that rail over there, but now they've got
And
bubbles
there's
to
a
push in with, although they do go down to a bomb.
What a great bomb placement by that Octobrush.
Absolutely. And that is
As a
3
nice
down for Ink in the system.
Now this is a great chance for Surfer to get something going, as there's going to be a pick on the mini. As right now they're trying to get something going. The Blast tries to get a pick, but on the conveyor is one of them. He sees one, but the Forge Pro does manage to get that pick.
Interesting that they're having the brush hold the power. Typically you see the junior with it, but I can see why they would have it with the brush.
Yeah, I think they want to try to like get the attention away from the main teammates, as the brush will try to just sneak in and get a power in, hopefully.
Not quite able to do it, but they, on the other hand, even though Ink in the system did manage to get back over to their basket, they did not have the clams to make that push. They might be able to still, but they're having to work far harder at it than they would have if they hadn't managed to get those couple trades there.
Yeah, Ink in the system is trying to get something going. The missiles do go off as the main trying to put some pressure on right here with 9 clams. Looks like he's gonna be put at bay by this Surf and Turf defense, which seems really good right now.
It does, and it seems like the mist is getting in their way quite a bit from that blaster. It seems like it's really stopping them from being able to take the paths they want to take.
Yeah, especially with that mini who wants to just run around, be annoying. He's not gonna be able to do that as a direct from the blaster. He does get a double.
And that is a triple from the blaster.
Yeah, that is a triple as the blaster is trying to do something here. But looks like Surf and Turf or Ink the system did do a good job of just backing away and not letting the blaster get any more.
Absolutely. And it looks like Surf and Turf is doing
but that's a wipe.
Ooh. Yeah.
That is a wipe.
And this should be a big push for Ink in the system here. They have enough clams to really try and make a lot out of this. They should be able to get lead if they play their cards right. And there it is.
They do get a lead, but they have no more clams as they do.
And it's just
down.
the Forge Pro who does manage to jump out. And
yeah,
that junior is painting up right ramp, just trying to get armor ready for whenever they can push.
Yeah, right now, Surf and Turf, they do need to try to do something, as in the system, once they get in, they get a lot of powers in, as Surf and Turf, they've only gotten one good push in.
Yeah, but they might be about to get another right here. They've got one person down, they've got a couple specials ready to go, and they get a 3 down. And this is lead to Surf and Turf.
That's going to be a delayed wipe. They're at 20 right now, looking for a couple more power clams. 17, 14, only like 5 or 6 more powers, and that'll be the game.
And they got another double on them, which while it doesn't allow them to get the final push they need, it allows them to set up really well for defense at the end of this game with that Toxic Mist and those bombs out from the junior. I will also point out that the junior is not running LDE, but is running 2 mains of Subsaver, so probably still a double bomb build.
Yeah, but here we are. Ink system does have to pity. It is an overtime.
But they are 2 down. That's going to make it really hard to push in without any specials, although that Forge is getting close to bubbles.
But yeah, but they don't have much time left as they figure out something here else.
It looks like they're probably done. They probably can't get to basket in time.
Yeah, the brush doesn't.
And even if they did, that brush was taken out. That brush took everybody out.
What a great defense at the end by Surf and Turf, just
absolutely
not letting Ink the system do what they want. They held back, they waited for them to push, and then with that Toxic Mist, with that brush, with that blaster, they were able to just zone them away from what they wanted to do.
Absolutely a great example of how waiting for your opponent to push into you in situations like that is just so important.
But yeah, as you saw there, 21 KA for the blaster had to be a big part of why they won that game.
Absolutely. That blaster was playing very smart. They didn't go down very often, and they were using their Toxic Mist really well.
But yeah, here we go to game 3, Tower Control Starfish.
A very fast-paced map once you get past that first checkpoint, usually.
Yeah, but that first checkpoint is going to be hard to get by, as it's right under the enemy snipe. So literally any weapon will just drop on you and get a kill.
And that blaster could be so strong here if they choose to pull that back out.
Yeah, especially with that Toxic Mist, being able to just say,
all
hey,
checkpoints.
You can't go pie here or else you're going to die. That would be really strong, especially by that first checkpoint. But once you
even if they choose to stay on... And even if you choose to stay on tower through that Toxic Mist, you will just sit there losing ink. You can't throw bombs. You can't really help out your teammates.
But yeah, once you get past that first checkpoint, it will just snowball, especially when that third, and that'll probably be the game if they do get there. As here we go, game 3, as the blaster does stay in a soda
And
slosher
two
from the
sloshers
side.
coming out from Surf and Turf.
I'm not surprised. Sloshers can do a lot, especially on those sides, those really tall sides of Starfish.
Another
As
thing
we
to
do
keep in
see
mind
it
with
not.
this map is the flanking potential just truly brought out here.
Yeah, especially with that not being able to hit from such a long range and still be able to be
And
safe.
there are two down on the side of Ink in the system, so Surf and Turf should be able to get a push going here. Three
But yeah,
down,
here we
just
go.
the knot left just on their snipe.
Yeah, here's what I was talking about. That first checkpoint be very hard to get to if they can't do it. But the pressure put on by Servitor just taking over
Absolutely.
their side, taking over their core, just not allowing them to go down. And
And
that's
that
three
is
down
three down
already.
again. And it seems like that blaster was doing a lot
And
of
that's a
forward
wipe.
pressure. That's a full wipe. And it
And looks
looks
like
like
that's
that
the
try is just going to wait there on snipe, waiting for anyone to try and push them. As the junior's able to just throw bombs at where they really want to try and push in from right now.
And there's a bomber going off, just making sure they get past that second checkpoint, and they do. And right now, they're on the way to the third, and this could be the game. They get one more two picks. That
This
doesn't
could
get
be it.
fortune.
Absolutely. This is just a great example of what happens on Starfish once that first checkpoint's done.
And Ninja
And
does
these
come out
sloshers are just being
right
able
away.
to truly go off out here.
They're not the last chance. He does get one, and that's gonna be a full wipe. But
On the other hand, a minute and a half to get all the way pushed to 5, that gives them so much space to make mistakes for the rest of the game if something goes wrong. They have pretty good specials for defense. The blaster can sit on snipe and just poke at tower without really having to take a ton of risks.
yeah, but along with not taking risks, they won't be getting any kills here. As right now in the system, they doesn't get a pick on the Tri-Slosher. Maybe two here. He does get two. I think the system is now looking for a push of their own.
Absolutely. Although that blaster is back up. Never mind.
And there he goes.
There
And
he
right now,
goes.
they're on that first checkpoint, and the Knot is doing a really good job here of taking control of that sniper area, making sure no one can get by it, so they can pass the first checkpoint really easily. H-Jet does come out, just shooting where they want to be, as right now,
Their try is actively pushing up by the other team's spawn, really just taking up a lot of space and not allowing them to be able to build specials.
Yeah, the Tri-Slosher is basically in their spawn at this point, just being a nuisance, along with this Nautilus.
And they just, and it's just the blaster up who has to try and be really careful here and hope that they can get these picks. A surprising drop, and it seems that they're able to get one. They are able to just be a real nuisance.
But the splash does drop on him as this push to keep up the system. The Jet just come out to get a pick, doesn't get one. And looks like this push may be stopped for now. But as I say
Not
that,
quite. Still a 3v4.
the system is still on the tower. The blaster does drop.
Although they do go two down. And it's just the splash left. This should be the end of this push, but they've still got 2 minutes left of the game to try and get back in there. And they've taken out the 2 of the checkpoints. It gives them a lot of space to try and get in.
Yeah, but they didn't get that third checkpoint because now, if Surf and Turf were to go 3 or 4 down, they still gotta get past that checkpoint, which is gonna be pretty hard with Surf and Turf the way they're defending this.
Absolutely. They're doing a very good job with defense and just really keeping that pressure on, keeping that paint control, which is hard to do with the blaster. Gotta give them some credit on that one.
Yeah, the blaster being a really big part of that defense as now Surf Inconsistent looking to do something again. But the try
gets a pick on 2.
That's 3. It's just the zap. And he has to escape or else he's gonna lose his special.
Absolutely, and that armor is so important for them right now to be able to just try and get back in and try and hold spaces.
Yeah,
I'm surprised that they didn't bring out more missiles for tower, considering that they ran double for zones and that worked so well for them.
Yeah, but let's see what happens without those missiles. As one does go down for in the system, the tries to get another, but he misses. As he tries to get another, but he does go down to that zap.
And it is a very even match right now, just them fighting it out in mid. Surf and Turf being able to play way more patiently and safely, considering that they have lead and they know that they have that checkpoint that they can defend if they need to.
Yeah, with that blaster being able to defend, that's a big part of their defense here.
Absolutely.
Bring on a Rosie here around the pillow.
And they do manage to get that splashdown off and get a pick with it.
As now, Surf and Turf can sit in mid and can say, hey, you need the tower, you have to get through us first, as they would like to get on top, push their lead a little bit further.
They're probably just trying to get tower a little bit more forward and try and get some pressure on them, but they can just safely hold mid at this point. They don't need to rush anything.
Yeah, they do have 10 seconds left. Inkjet managed to get something going. A 3v3 situation here with an
And
Inkjet
that
out. But
inkjet does go down.
the Nova does go off, and that looks like this is Inkjet's last chance. What a bomb from nowhere. And that's going to be the games and set for Surf and Turf.
What a great set. So back and forth.
Yeah, especially on that last game with
Hmm.
Surf and Turf getting a really good push, then Inkjet getting a really good push, and then just a really condensed mid fight. Just both teams
Absolutely.
not allowing anyone to move.
Really great defense out of Surf and Turf there after they got that first opening push. They realized that they did not need to make another big push after that. Really smart plays on their part.
Yeah, looks like that will be it for round 3. So yeah, let's just hope we get more interesting stuff in Top Cut.
Absolutely.
Just keep the excitement rolling here.